All right, guys, we got a good video for you today. This food plot behind me, I call it the pear tree because I put 4 new pear trees in here a couple years ago, and it's one big pear tree that's been here forever. So that's why I call this the actual pear tree. If we look back at some of my old videos, this food plot used to be just an overgrown mess. I mean, the grass used to be way higher than it is now. And we just never put it into a food plot. So back probably 2-3 years ago, I decided to make this a food plot and try to keep this grass down. But as you can see, this is the first weekend that I've been down here, you know, close to hunting season. Hunting season starts next month. So I'm thinking now I need to do something about getting this food plot back together. But this video is going to be on the soil samples. 2 years ago, I used that plot starter from Deer Grow. You know, the plot starter is supposed to be a liquid type lime. You put in a sprayer and you spray it out on the ground, and it's supposed to raise your pH better than pelletized lime. So I did that. Then last year I decided to go ahead and use pelletized lime. I put probably 12 bags of pelletized lime on this plot, and this plot is a half acre if that. So but this time I'm gonna get a soil sample and to compare those two and see which one raised the pH better than the other one. So let me walk around and try to get a soil sample and try to get it between all this grass, and we'll send that in and see what the results are on that. Okay, what I got is I didn't bring my correct digging tool, but this will work, and just a bag here if I can put the dirt in, and once I get back home I can put it into the actual soil sample bag. But basically I just want to find a place that doesn't have so much grass on it, and I want to try to get down at least, you know, 2-3 inches to get to some good dirt up under there. And I just want to try to get some dirt out of the hole here. And like I said, you don't have to get too much out of one hole. I'm gonna go around and do about 6 or 7 spots. So, and we just go to another spot deeper down in the food plot here. Like I said, just change it up, go out in the middle. But you want to get enough to fill up that soil sample bag, and it's going to be difficult out here. When you get a soil sample, you don't want to just do it in one spot, because your food plot might have different type soils just in, you know, in different parts of the food plot. One part might be a lot of weeds that, you know, broke down better in the ground, and the other part could be sandy, you know, that type stuff. So that's why you want to skip around and just not do one spot in your food plot. And you don't want to get the dirt just sitting on top, because it's all the whatever you put in it, like lime, fertilizer, and all that leaches down into the soil. So you're gonna get a better reading of what your soil is when you dig down a couple of inches. Because when you till it up, if you till, this dirt that's down here is going to flip over, so you want to make sure you get down in there a couple of inches. And you want to try different, like this food plot, it slopes all the way down to this corner here. So I most definitely want to get a reading right in this corner area, because it's no telling how much fertilizer and lime that wash down this way. So, but as you can see around here, there's not much weeds growing right here. So there's something's going on right here. So that's why you most definitely want to get a sample from there. And like I said, you want to get all this grass out the way, because that'll mess up your reading. Come on, get in now. When you do this, you probably need a actual tight digging tool than a scraper. But that's what I have, so that's what I'm using. I'm lucky to have that. Okay, I'm ready to send off my soil test. I normally use Whitetail Institute soil test kit, and it comes in a little plastic deal like this. Let's open it up and see what's in it. This is a very simple process. You get the bag that has the information on the bag to send the soil test in. And you got a little form here you have to fill out with your address and the name of the actual soil test. You want to put a name here, like I put pear tree on one of them, and the other one's gonna be I'm just gonna put like my food plot, my main food plot. And right here you want to mark what kind of plants you're trying to actually put in the food plot. That way they will customize the recommendations for lime and fertilizer for that particular seed that you're trying to plant. And it's got address, little label here for when you can put it on the actual box that you're going to send it off in. Because normally the older ones, you would have a bag in here that you could put the soil test in, but I guess now they don't include that bag, so you'd have to find your box to put it in. So I'm gonna use one of the priority boxes from the post office when I take it to the post office. So so let's get this sample together here, and I'll show you how to put it in the bag. I would just open this up. I'm gonna put on a glove just to keep my hands halfway clean. And like I said, you want to mix this up best possible to get all the different soil sample spots that you took out of the field mixed together, and so it won't be one-sided. So you just want to mix that up best you can and crush all the big clumps. Like I said, if you got a rock or something in there, you want to get that out. Any big type grass, that type thing. So you want to get your soil sample bag, open it up, and they have a fill line on it right here that you want to fill it to. So you get that line and you just put your dirt in there until you get to that line. Trying not to make a mess here on my desk. And I don't know if, you know, if you just grabbed it with your hand, would it mess with the actual soil test or what, but I just normally use a glove to keep my hand clean. And I'm looking at the line here on the other side here, and I think I got that full to where I need it to be. So I would close this up, fold the top of it down, and just pull these little ties back here for it to keep the bag tight and closed here. So like I said, that's a soil sample. I will put this in a box once I get to the post office with the actual form that you fill out, and that way you can get your soil sample back and then have the information that they need to send it back to you. So and make sure that you put your email address right here, because that's the quickest way and the easiest way for them to send the soil sample back to you. So make sure you have your email address on here. So that's pretty much it. I'm gonna get this sent off, and when it gets back, then we'll do the comparison. Alright guys, I got the results back from the actual soil test from this year on the pear tree. So before we get started on the results of that, I just want to make a disclaimer. A subscriber commented on my video and let me know that Deer Grow, the plot starter from Deer Grow, doesn't claim to raise the pH in your food plot. It just helps the plants be able to intake the fertilizer and the minerals that's in the ground into the actual the plant seed, whatever have you. So I just want to start off by saying that, because I wanted to make the video as a comparison video, but I did go to their website and tried to find some information out on it. But they do claim that their product is like putting 1,000 pounds of lime on your food plot. And to me, if I'm putting 1,000 pounds of lime on my food plot, I expect the pH to do something, you know. It needs to go up if I'm putting that much lime on my food plot. But like I said, I'm on this retract trying to make this a comparison video, but I do want you to know what happened when I used the plot starter compared to when I used the Palletize lime. Okay, let's go back to 2020. 2020 was the first year that I did a soil test on that pear tree food plot. And I will put it up on the screen for you can see the actual soil test. And it was a 5.2 at that time. Like I said, nobody's ever made that into a food plot. It used to be just a field of nothing but tall grass, just, you know, just there, not, you know, we bush hogged it once a year. So it's got a lot of buildup of grass type material in the soil. So that soil is not hard clay like my main food plot is. Over the years, all that grass is broken down in that soil and made it a better soil. But the pH on it was a 5.2. So in 2021, that's when I came out and used the plot starter. In my head, I was thinking that, you know, if they claimed that it was like 1,000 pounds of lime, a 2.5 gallon jug of it was like 1,000 pounds of lime, that my pH would go up more than I would use with pelletized lime. But that next year, which is 2021, after the year before when I used the plot starter, my pH went up to 5.4. So it only went up like 0.2%, 2.2 points, which kind of disappointed me because I was looking for it to do a lot more, and the problems that I had by using the product, which was just actual finding a water source. I put that video at the end of this video. I went to the creek down the road from my food plot and actually got water out the creek to make a second batch to use on my main food plot. That's the only problem I really have with that product. It's a water-based product, so you have to use it out of a sprayer, which if you're in the middle of the woods, like most food plots are, there's really no water source, no water hose that you can use to fill it back up. So you have to ride back to the camp, wherever that is, to actually fill your sprayer back up. So moving on to this year. Last year, well, what was last year? This soil test is from what I did from last year, but I put 18 bags of pelletized lime on that pear tree food plot. And just to give you the results, now the pH on that food plot has risen up to a 6.3 with just 18 bags of lime, and I did put a couple of bags of fertilizer on it, but 18 bags of lime rose that pH from a 5.4 to a 6.3 in just 1 year, which, I mean, it says it for itself. Why would you not use pelletized lime, or even kind of ag lime, or some kind of physical lime, other than liquid lime, if it raises your pH that quickly? I mean, if I had to add it up, I don't want to do math on camera, but just add up 18 bags of lime at I think they was 40-pound bags. So if I did it on my calculator, I don't want to do it in my head for it look kind of crazy. So 18 bags of lime times 40 is 750 pounds of lime, which is not much lime at all. When the actual soil test from 2021 said that I need like 3,700 pounds of lime to bring the pH up to a 7, which I only put 720 pounds of lime. It brought up to a 6.3. So the results speak for themselves. A lot of people say that the Deal Grow plot starter is just easier for them to use. I just don't see how, but I mean, I'm not knocking the product. I like what the product claims to do. Just at that time, it didn't do it for me. But the plot boost from Deal Grow actually, I think, worked real well for me in my application. I had to. I waited too late, and my plants had grew probably 3 or 4 inches, and I didn't want to ride my 4-wheeler over with my spreader, so I had to go and spray the actual whole food plot with this plot boost from a hand sprayer. And I got an acre food plot, and it worked for me, and my food plot was knee high. So I like that product. I might try to use that product this year if I get to it and be able to order in time. But guys, my food plot, the pear tree food plot, is a 6.3 now with 18 bags of lime. So if you want your pH to rise pretty quickly, I would suggest using pelletized lime, or even ag lime. I haven't used ag lime in a couple of years now, so I don't know how quickly that acts into the soil. But even if you use fast acting lime or something to that effect, but pelletized lime is what I'm gonna keep doing, and the results speak for themselves. I mean, from a 5.4 to a 6.3, you can't beat that result within a year just for a couple of bags of lime. So hopefully this year, once I'm gonna use whitetails, 2 beets and greens in that food plot, the pear tree food plot, and hopefully they grow up to knee high also. Like I said, this is the 3rd year for that food plot. But alright guys, I guess that's it. If you got any comments on plot starter, plot boost, anything that effect that can help the guys out to determine if they want to use that in their food plot. But for me, if they sent me some of that product, most definitely I would use it. But for me, spending my money, I'm gonna spend it on pelletized lime to get the results that I need quicker, or not even quicker, just results that I can see happening with the soil test with pelletized lime. That's the way I'm gonna go. But alright guys, that's gonna be it. I'm gonna cut it right here. I appreciate everybody watching the video, but if you hadn't subscribed to the channel, please do. That always helps us out. And make sure you hit the like button if you haven't. And other than that guys, to the next video, I'm out. Thanks for watching.